This right here, this demon, that thing right there, the spawn of Satan. Do you understand me? And I'm telling you, like, I was sick. I was sick to my stomach. I was sick all the time. I thought I was gonna die. I was like, I'm gonna die. Like, I think I might actually perish.
New shock clip. I cannot imagine going to glance at your OBS on screen and seeing that goddamn dog off of its plate, its designer bed. He paid over $100 for this Gucci Mastiff Tibetan bed. And this dog dares to sleep on the floor while Hasan is on a busy research Twitter tab stream day. You better get this dog back in place, Hasan.
Trump was potentially going to use to potentially put pressure
on
Jordan's king to take in more Palestinians, correct? I mean, that's what
dog on there.
Of the past few weeks.
Hell yes. Okay, thank you. I needed that. Get him in place. You can literally see it. See, he's just reaching for his ends, bro.
To use to potentially put pressure on Jordan's king to try and take in more Palestinians, correct? I mean, that's what we've heard from Trump over the course of the past.
This poor dog, dude. Oh, he does that. You're right. I noticed that once before. Because he mutes his mic when he zaps her. So she could be yelping a ton. I wonder what his mute is. He is muted. So she could be... Oh, that would actually, it would explain why he didn't respond to her yelping before. Because we're all assuming like, oh, maybe he just shocks her a ton off stream. But he could literally shock her on stream, right? And he was used to hearing her yelp. Oh, actually, he has a huge noise gate. Nope, no. That's not how that works. Trust me. He's not noise gating. He's muting. 100% he's muting. Trust me. You can tell because of the one time he didn't mute. That's when the yelp got through. That's why he has the noise. No, stop. I don't know what YouTuber or what retards gave you this noise gate idea. It's not a noise gate that is preventing the yelps from coming through. It's muted. Please stop. Okay. Link me the original shock. No, or I'm sorry, the shock that went, the shock heard around the world.
But it is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
I wonder if this is, oh no, he didn't even try to mute. He's just mid-sentence. Maybe he thought she wouldn't yelp? I don't know anything about training with shock collars. Tabor would know the answer to this. But I feel like shock collars are supposed to be associated with like a very, 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 very specific command or thing. Like you're not just supposed to shock a dog that's misbehaving, but you either shock them as they're like explicitly doing something they're not supposed to, like crossing a boundary, or like explicitly, I don't know if you're supposed to shock while also giving a command. I don't think so. I think that because it makes the shock redundant, you're not supposed to do that. He probably thought she wouldn't yelp. Tabor said no. Yeah, okay. Because otherwise there's no point in having a command or a shock collar, right? Because if dogs are a very simple creature. So are humans, actually. Humans everybody responds to pain in a very similar way, in that they become expert diagnosticians and take a lot of Vicodin. The thing is that we've talked about like the Skinner learning things. You have like actions. God, fuck, I always forget this, the dumb boxes. But there are 4 different like primary reward schedules. And one is like when you do a fixed number of actions, there are a fixed number of responses. And so basically like if you do one thing and you get a reward, then you do the one thing and you get a reward. It's a very strong thing. It's reinforced very quickly. But that reward schedule is broken very quickly as well. If you're used to doing an action 5 times and you get 1 reward, and then you do 5 times, you get 1 reward, you do 5 times, you get 1 reward. If you do it 5 times, you get no reward. You might do the action 3, 4, 5 more times, and then it's broken. So the idea of issuing shock commands while you're also issuing verbal commands doesn't make any sense to me, because that means you would have to issue a shock every single time you issue the verbal command, because the dog is probably responding more to the pain or the correction, the punishment, than he is to your voice. So if you stop shocking at some point, the dog's going to stop listening to the command. So I don't know why you would ever train a command with a shock, unless I'm misunderstanding something. There could be something I'm not understanding about that, but that's my understanding of how that type of reward works. That's why I think that's why typically people will give treats with either every command or with a random number of commands, because random rewards are very hard to break. So when you issue a command and he obeys, then you give him a treat, so he has the incentive to do the command. But with the shock thing, you would have to shock every single time. The command doesn't work anymore without the collar. Yeah, but my guess is that I'm reaching a bit. It's probably not trained that well, is my guess, unfortunately, if he's this reliant. Because keep in mind too, he's had this dog for what, like 2 years? Because this dog seems to not listen much at all to him unless he is shocking it.
To a position where we've finally gotten to a place where like, oh, pure peace is taking place.
So cringe.
It's taking place. It's
so cringe. But like you can see here, the dog's not even responding to the word at all. So it's like again, I say amateur. I've had a lot of dogs and seen a lot of dogs. But in my amateur assessment, the dog hasn't been trained to respond to the place command at all. or it doesn't seem like it. I've had casual conversations where I'll be talking to people and I'll say something like, oh yeah, it was kind of fun yesterday. I want to walk with whoever. And like the dog will start forgetting. I have no idea why. And like you said the W word, walk. And then the dog will forget again. So the idea that he's like dropping place 3 times here and Kaya's not even responding makes me think that the dog has, but I guess is just proving what I said before, that the association is broken immediately when the punishment, negative reinforcement? No, it would be positive punishment. You're applying something to reduce the behavior. That once the positive punishment goes away, that the dog no longer responds to the command because it was never responding to the command in the first place.
To a position where we've finally gotten to a place where like, oh, pure peace is taking place.
Say it one more time.
Taking place. Is
Kaya?
Okay, what?
And there's also crazy to me that I need to stop hedging. This dog just hates him. It's crazy to me that when he talks to the dog and stuff, the dog never, ever comes to him. She always is just trying to leave.
What?
Like, even that's weird. Like, he puts his hand out.
Okay, what?
Oh, she looks so sad. Look.
Is
she like, oh.
Okay.
Oh, and her ears go down.
What?
Wags her tail a little bit. She's like,
what?
He goes to put his hand out. She's like ducking almost. She's got like the Taylor Swift girl back.
What?
And she's like, whoa. She's just trying to like leave the room.
What do you want?
Jesus Christ. He's like pretending to pet her.
Okay.
Do you think his trainer told him to use his shock collar like this? I would be surprised, but I mean, I don't know. There might be good dog trainers, there might be shitty dog trainers, and there might be something that I just don't understand about shock collar training or something. Look at the couple of seconds before the latest clip.
11. Young
oh my
Saudi-
God. Wait, this dog is super misbehaving. Kaya? What the fuck?
And then use Jordan were to actually do a
Now, this, by the way, this looks like a sleeping dog. She's sleeping.
successful coup, and then use Jordan as
You can train your dog to respond in basically any single way with a shock collar. The only thing you need to be is consistent. Yeah, but I don't you, when you're trying to get a dog to like go into a crate or when you're doing place training or whatever, aren't you normally giving rewards when the dog does it? Like, I feel like I see with the big dogs or whatever, when people say things like sit, they'll give like a little treat because the dog is listening. I feel like I don't see people using punishment or negative, like applied pressure or whatever. Like, I don't think I see people using punishment to get dogs to follow commands that you're issuing regularly. Like, I feel like that's reserved for, like, I've seen shock collars used really effectively to enforce fences, like boundaries, like don't go past there, you'll get shocked. But you only have to apply that one time or a couple times. The dog learns the boundary and then the dog never crosses. And then ideally, the dog is never getting shocked again. That's why I'm saying, like, the 2 times I've known people who use shock collars. I don't think I've ever seen the shock collar go off. They just told me they have shock collar because I asked, like, how the fuck does your dog never run out of the yard? You're not worried about that? Like, the dog is running along like an invisible fence. How? And they're like, oh, we have a shock collar, and then we've got a thing buried so the dog knows exactly where to go. I don't think I've ever seen a dog actually shocked by the collar before. Then again, those collars, I don't know if they had remotes or not. I think they only responded to the boundaries, to the fences. But the idea that you would shock your dog every time you're issuing any command ever just seems really weird to me.
a launching pad for any kind of West Bank military operations that they want to conduct. Now, if you're, then this will lead to like significant.
Yeah, like why? Like you wouldn't want to have the dog associate because like what is the dog doing here to get shocked? Like what is the bad behavior? Is the bad behavior just touching the floor? Is that the bad behavior that you have to shock the dog out of? Also, like how does the dog know when it can get up? So like it's bad to get off the bed, so it gets shocked. But then when Hasan's done streaming and what he calls it, then it's okay to get off the bed. Like, I feel like it's easy for me to say this now, obviously, because I think Kaya is roaming a lot more. But it wouldn't surprise me to see this behavior broken immediately once the shock collar goes away, because what is the dog even learning? Like, what are you learning? That sometimes the floor is lava, except when my Turkish master allows me to roam? For what it's worth, he has blamed his parents for not being consistent in her training when he's away. Yeah, but whose fault is that? If you're leaving your dog with your parents, they should have a pretty strict, like, unless the parents are actually breaking your rules that you're laying out for them. Or is it just that Hasan's not telling them that he has her on a shock collar and just leaving the dog with them and then who knows, you know? But like also, my guess is nobody's going to enforce his rules when he's not there. Like, Mom, I need you to make sure that when I'm gone, Kaya is forced to sleep in that bed 8 hours a day. Why?
That motherfucker right there. Okay, let me tell you something. That fucking, this right here, this fucking demon, okay, who's sleeping like a goddamn baby currently, that thing right there was the spawn of Satan. Do you understand me? When I'm telling you that was the spawn of Satan, I'm telling you, like, I was sick. I was sick to my stomach. I was sick all the fucking time. I thought I was gonna die. And look at her now. The most perfect puppy of all time. Why? Because I trained the living dog shit out of her, okay? Every goddamn day I had to train the people around her to make sure that they were doing the right things. I had to train her every fucking day. And that's what you're supposed to do. And look at her now. She's incredibly well trained. But like the first 4 to 6 months, I was like, I'm gonna die. Like, I think I might actually perish if this continues. So, you shipped her off to a puppy boarding school? Yeah, but I trained her before then. Like, you have to remember, she was very well trained even before then. And then after that, it was like, it was over. Yeah, I trained the shit out of her for months. I trained the shit out of her for months. And then I even took it to the next level where I took her to a professional, like, doggy boarding school. And after that, it was over, you know? She's just...
So perfectly trained, he just has to shock her constantly whenever she gets up. Whatever. Cringe.